This morning's Broadway and Beyond. The new year begins with new and notable shows opening that will be eligible for Tony Awards. CBS 2's Dave Carlin reports from the Theater District on 4 productions that have audiences cheering.
We're taking a look at some of the productions that opened in the last 4 months of 2023, generating big buzz on Broadway.
Sarah Paulson stars in Appropriate alongside Corey Stoll and Elle Fanning. The acting ensemble earning rave reviews in this darkly comic tale of a fractured family brought together in Arkansas by the death of a patriarch.
3 estranged siblings who come home to deal with their father's estate, their recently deceased father's estate, and shenanigans ensue. And shocks and heartbreak and a lot of other things too.
Things take a turn when an uninvited sibling shows up and shocking objects are discovered in the clutter. Seen here next to Paulson taking a bow opening night, playwright Brandon Jacobs Jenkins. Paulson says she could not resist what he wrote about hidden secrets and buried resentments, and it lured her back to Broadway.
I thought the writing was so spectacular. I thought, how do I not do this play? I have to do this play.
You're working for me, Pearly Victorious. Freedom is my business.
Leslie Odom Jr. returns to Broadway in the title role of Pearly Victorious. The revival of the landmark 1961 comedy by Ossie Davis is about a traveling preacher who angles to reclaim his inheritance and liberate his family in Jim Crow-era Georgia.
This is about a great American. He's using the United States Constitution. He's using the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, to preach from.
In this spirited production, Cara Young plays Ludi Bell.
Oh, Missy, life is so good to us sometimes.
Building momentum, the very beginning. Building momentum, the energy spinning.
This groundbreaking musical, How to Dance in Ohio, stars 7 autistic actors, and it explores the universal need to connect and the bravery required to step out into the world. It follows these young adults adapting to change as they prepare for a spring dance. It is based on a true story and a critically acclaimed documentary. Another film is the basis for this musical back on Broadway, the revival of Spamalot. It's for you if your holy grail is wacky entertainment full of belly laughs. Just like the classic movie Monty Python and the Holy Grail, the show hilariously spoofs the legend of King Arthur.
This is the show just to have fun. This is the show just to laugh. Come here and have a good time.
The funny musical reminds us to always look on the bright side of life.
Dave and I were just talking about. Did you see that? Did you see that? Dave is here to discuss the shows that are the talk of the town. Such a busy end of the year. So let's talk about, the shows that came in at the end.
Oh yeah, we looked at 4 of them. We looked at 4 standouts. How to Dance in Ohio is groundbreaking because, it has the 7 autistic actors, and it really is a feel-good show about how brave it is for all of us to get out there and be ourselves and find our friend family.
I'm really excited about that one. When I heard it was coming out, I was like, that's the one I really want to see.
Yeah, and you'd be in good hands if you saw that one. And so, yeah, we have those that have opened, and you have to remember the ones that opened in the last 4 or 5 months are eligible for Tonys because it's mid-year, so it happens in the summer. So, yeah, and there's some that have closed, like Here Lies Love, and some other ones that you've probably seen.
Right.
And those we didn't include in that story because you can't no longer see them.
Exactly.
And then, of course, today, it being, the new year, we're also looking forward.
Yeah, looking forward. So what do you know about the musicals that are opening in the next few months?
Yeah, well, we have a list, and you know what? The next one to open is The Days of Wine and Roses, followed by The Notebook and Water for Elephants. I know you like to read. So
I love that book, Water for Elephants.
Yeah, well, they've turned it into a musical. Now, we have 6 total on the list here. And so we have the literary musicals, and then, The Outsiders is in there. Now, 2 big, eagerly awaited ones are The Wiz and The Who's Tommy. The Wiz is coming back, so that's exciting, and it's been traveling the country, and it comes to Broadway. So it has Wayne Brady in it, so
oh my gosh, he's amazing.
He always does. And also on that list we have The Who's Tommy, which is real rock and roll, and so that'll be the noisiest show on Broadway, but it's an incredibly visual show, which I did happen to see it in Chicago at the Goodman Theater, and it's the set design and the projections and the performances are just electrifying. Having seen the original, they've amped it up even more.
Oh, terrific. All right, are there any notable plays that you think are just going to steal the show?
Yeah, I do. I mean, part of it is because when these plays hit Broadway, they often have a huge star attached. So we have a list of 3 of those offerings, and if you look there, that's Doubt, and that's Tyne Daly and Liev Schreiber, 2 wonderful actors. Mother's Play has, among other big stars, Jessica Lange. And then Uncle Vanya is also the Steve Carell version of Uncle Vanya, so it'll be on Broadway. There's another one we should have put on the list, Enemy of the People. Jeremy Strong, if you know him from Succession.
Oh, yes.
And he's a fabulous Broadway actor.
Wait, is he the one is the son?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the oldest. And so, well, actually the second oldest. I want to get it right. Yes. And yeah, so it's an exciting time right now.
A lot to look forward to.
Yeah.
All right, so is it too early to start thinking about the Tonys?
No, because as you see these productions open, you realize that they are vying for those Tonys. And right now, you know, Broadway's in a difficult time, even though it looks very busy because shows open and close. The costs of mounting a production are staggering. The ticket prices can be prohibitive for people unless they know the insider New Yorker tricks of going to TDF, getting the half-price tickets or getting the discount codes. People really should find out if a show has a discount code and go to the box office. If you know it's that show you want to see, go to the box office. There's a certain degree of haggling and asking for those discount codes that can land you with a much better price, including not having to pay the ticket fees if it's away from the box office. So we're talking about the Tonys, though. Last year, you know, they moved uptown. This year they come to Lincoln Center. So that will be on June 16th. That's the Sunday. And of course it'll be, you know, star-studded because you'll have all kinds of people on Broadway at that moment, you know, coming. Alicia Keys.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, yeah, the number of stars is just absolutely, you know, staggering, and that's always fun. They enjoy the chance to stretch those muscles and show a different facet of who they are. That Sarah Paulson play, is she ever not great?
I know,
so,
she is amazing.
In this one, she is too.
Well, I'm so excited. You know, Dave Carlin, he's the man who sees everything. I'm always like, is this good? Is that good? So I'm so glad you're on the show
well,
to talk
yeah.
about it.
And, you know, I always think, Cindy, you like everything.
You're always honest.
You like everything.
I know, and you're very honest about things.
I do say don't, you know,
I know.
or see that one for cheaper. I'll say that.
John,
okay.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
It'll be a busy Broadway season with at least 18 more shows scheduled to open by the end of April. And if you want even more information on Broadway in the new year, go to our website, cbsnewyork.com. We'll be right back.